It's Tony from Fit Solutions again, and I'm just bringing you a few wise words and tips to keep you on track with your nutrition plan whilst on holiday. You'll have to bear with us if you've got any strange people walking by. I've planted myself in the middle of the beach today. A few people walking past wondering why I'm talking away to a camera, but there you go. So all I wanted to do today is try to explain why the fact that we go on holiday has to stop all of our great work that we've been trying so hard to get us to this point. Most of us exercise and eat in a certain fashion for this type of experience. We know that we're going on holiday, and we know that we've got 2 weeks on the beach, and whatever stage we're at, we decide, right, now we need to do something. We need to exercise to burn more calories, expend more calories, and look a little bit leaner for the beach. I've done it. I've done it very, very carefully, very strategically, right up until trying to look the best I possibly can for yesterday, which was basically the first day of my holiday. From then on, it's going to be a little bit downhill, but not if I make careful choices. So I'm all inclusive in Egypt. I found out on arrival that the food is absolutely immense. There's a good selection of obvious foods that I need to eat. Some of them a little bit kind of dubious because of the sauces that they cook them in, but I'm going to make good protein choices. There's a lot of bad choices. I've never seen a holiday in a hotel provide so many sweet choices. I'm not exaggerating. If I can, I'll take the camera in and I'll get you the layout of the kind of dining experience where you've actually got more choices of sweets and desserts than what you do for main courses. Every type of dessert is there possible, from a cheesecake to types of puddings to flavours of ice creams. I've never seen so much sugar, so that is a temptation. I wouldn't say avoid it. Have it as a treat, or try to work it in after you've maybe had an active day or a workout, when your body's more susceptible to coping with that intake and that spike of sugar. Take it then. So just a few little bits of advice and tips that will help you as you go. As always, try to fill your plate as much as possible with proteins. So try to make sure that your first choice is the meats or the fish. So your beef, your chicken. I've got a choice of chicken, turkey, and beef. Most of them have been done on the barbecue, so you know they haven't really been meddled with. There's no sauces on there. They don't taste as if they've been marinated in any kind of dubious sauces. The salads, there's more than enough salads and vegetables. Don't look very appealing. They haven't quite mastered the art of providing nice vegetable choices. They're great at producing sweets, but not as great with salads and the vegetables. So fill your plate as much as possible, probably more than you would at home, with your proteins, your fish, your beef, your chicken, your turkey. Then as a side, make sure that you get as many greens as you can. I'm putting things on there like lettuce and cucumber and spinach, because that's just the best option. I can't find any asparagus or broccoli or the things that I would have at home. There is always going to be the carbohydrate option there. Pasta. They've got here an unbelievable choice. There's rice, quinoa, bulgur wheat. So I don't avoid that. Depending on my diet, I'll introduce some kind of carbohydrates, so that I'm still getting that energy, especially when I'm on holiday and the temperatures that they are and the energy that I'm using. I know I'm going to need more carbohydrates. So don't beat yourself up thinking as you would perhaps at home on the type of nutrition formula that I've been following, which is really reducing carbohydrates that's how I choose to keep my weight down and lose body fat. Out here, you're going to need your carbohydrates that little bit more for energy. I'm finding already that I'm feeling lethargic, a little bit kind of lacking in energy. You are going to spend a lot of time lounging around the pool or on the beach, so that's not going to expend a lot of calories. So I'm just conscious of that, and every now and then I'm putting in a little bit of a walk, a little bit of a jog. To some it's going to look a little bit kind of over the top, but that's something that I've chose to do. This is kind of my lifestyle now, and if it's yours, a little 5-minute jog or a 30-minute walk just to break up that lounge by the pool is going to be a big help. So sauces, when you're on holiday, I tend to give a wide berth because I know that's where all the hidden calories are. I've tried one or two because of the way that I've completed my diet and the food that I was eating. I was really playing around with my carbohydrates. I've done to get me abdominals and the kind of upper torso as lean as possible. I've done 7 days of water manipulation, which is overhydration, and then dehydration, and also playing around with carbohydrates. So I've had 2 days, kind of the middle of that week, and then the final day of the week where I overloaded on carbohydrates to help really pull in that subcutaneous water that a lot of us hold when you're thinking you're getting close to pulling your abdominals through and showing a six-pack, and you've got that horrible layer of fat. Sometimes that's subcutaneous water that's been held in your fat cells, and water manipulation is just a way of getting rid of that. So on the final day, which is the first day of my holiday, I was overloading on simple carbohydrates, as well as having complex carbohydrates. So I was having a mix of the two, so that I was really building up my carbohydrate stores to help pull that water in. So we can do that on holiday, and what I suggest is, although there might be some hidden nasties in the sauces, what I would recommend is that you do alternative days. So have a day where you try to keep as much protein as possible, vegetables, salads, keep away from the sweets. Then the next day treat yourself by thinking, right, I'll maybe have a little bit more carbohydrates. I might have the rice, and I might go for the sweet choices. Bread, unbelievable amounts of bread here, and it's kind of looked frowned upon if you don't actually try the bread. It kind of quite upset by it. But bread is one kind of option which I've said, I'm on holiday, I can have bread, maybe's not. So I take a wide berth when I come round to the bread section, and I just decide to give that a miss. That's one of the sacrifices, because I'd rather maybe have that dessert or the rice or the pasta or the noodles rather than going for the bread. All inclusive, you can eat as often as you like, so I take advantage of that, and rather than overeating in one go, I might do 2 sittings. So I still try to apply that small amounts regular, rather than overindulging in one go and have a big sit where you're piling your plate. Small amounts of food is just going to keep your metabolism firing up that little bit quicker throughout the day. And one thing in your favour of being out here, heat. The temperatures yesterday was about 34 degrees out here, so your body temperature is going to be a little bit warmer, and your metabolism is going to respond and be that little bit higher. So you've got that in your favour. Any exercise that you decide to do to go with your food and your eating is obviously going to be a big help. And finally, guys, all I want to say is, on holiday there's plenty of this. I'm all inclusive, and I'm truly taking advantage of the water. I'm literally having 750ml of water every half hour or so. I'm really putting the water back in. It was part of me water manipulation. I did get up to kind of 10 litres of water on day 6, which meant I spent a lot of time on the toilet. But you need to, you really need to keep flushing the water through your body. helps get rid of those chemicals and toxins that you're going to be taking in from holiday food. But water plays a big part throughout your body, so it just makes sense, just keep topping up those levels. Never get into a dehydrated state, although I've done it as part of my process. I will add that yesterday I was an absolute zombie. I was walking about just so dry, so thirsty, and just feeling like zero energy. So it's not ideal, and when you're doing the water manipulation, I don't really recommend that you do it on holiday in these type of temperatures. Keep hydrated, keep the water going in as much as possible, lots of fluids as often as you can, and you'll find when you get back home and you step on those scales, you're not going to get such a shock. I know some people go on holiday and come back and put a stone on. I'm hoping to put 3 or 4 pounds on, and I'm still working out, so I'm still going to try to keep some lean muscle tissue, which is going to be a big help. So I'll keep you updated. If I do put 3 or 4 pounds on, great. If I put a stone on, I'll come back and tell you that the advice that I've given you today doesn't work, but I'm sure it will. Thanks, guys.
The desserts I was talking about. So you can count the number of desserts. Tonight's Halloween, so there's a special Halloween theme to all the desserts. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 32, 33, 34 desserts.